You are now listening to Serious Minds RNTV with your host, Professor Griff. The call-in number is 516-654-7688. That's 516-654-7688. This is Professor Griff, and this is Serious Minds RNTV. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Seriously. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, so we can notify you when the next time we vibe on Serious Minds. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Seriously. You are now listening to Serious Minds RNTV with your host, Professor Griff. The call-in number is 516-654-7688. That's 516-654-7688. This is Professor Griff, and this is Serious Minds RNTV. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Greetings, everyone. How's everyone doing? All right. As you don't know, or if you don't know, this is Professor Griff, and this is Serious Minds RNTV. And someone keep asking me the same question: what does RNTV mean? Something I came up with. It's just radio and television because, I was just trying to put something in place to foretell the future. Just something in place that I can build on. Yo, King, I built an institution for black children nationwide. I want to connect with you. Call me, Q Butter, 678-557-2919. 678-557-2919. That's 678-557-2919. Thanks to the Serious Minds family. Thank you very much, Quan. Really appreciate all the work that you do. Mr. John Trey, what's good with you, bro? All right. Alex Little, Deion Collins, Jesse Paris, Moon Goddess, Trayvon, all of the Serious Minds family. All right, shout out to everyone in the Serious Minds family. Shout out to everyone on IG. Shout out to everyone on YouTube and Facebook. And this picture is looking raggedy. I think that's better right there. Yeah, that other thing was looking like. Anyway, really appreciate that. So I got a lot of things I want to talk about, but I'm going to try to cram it into an hour. But I want to say thank you. I want to say thanks. Let me just kind of say this and let me get it out of the way. I'm just kind of having some feelings right now about some things. So I want to thank everyone that lent one iota of inspiration, that any kind of support, especially my family members, especially my brothers and sisters, my physical blood brothers and sisters. Thanks to the bomb squad. Thanks to the next set of names y'all might have some kind of feelings about, but I still have to thank them. Luke and the 2 Live crew. We'll talk about that when you'll hear the Professor Griff story. Ice-T, MC Ren, Ghetto Boys, my man Willie D. Whew, too many names to mention, man. Wow, Sean Carter, Shane, of course, Vance Vex, my man Earl Holder. If it was not for Earl, because I've been knowing Earl since the 70s, man. Brand Double B, what's good with you, man? Thanks to everyone that's lent anything to support Professor Griff in any aspect of my life, whether it's the martial arts, the music, being on Serious Minds, Enemy Minds, any of the songs I've ever done. Thanks to all of those artists, too numerous to mention. I mean, George Clinton. Wow. Just artist, period, man. I don't know why George Clinton's name, because I remember being in the studio with George Clinton. Oh man, it's just I'm just gonna have to do a whole show on it. But Wendy was good. So today's a very special day, and I want to thank my wife and I want to thank my nephew Swally Lee for being there on deck, and Miss Story Lumpkin. And I think Dream was there. I received my Grammy today, and I want to thank Ashley. I want to thank everyone from the Recording Academy. Really appreciate that. So let me show it to y'all, and then they're scheduling me to do the acceptance speech. So I got to wrap my spirit and my brain around that. Hold on, let me show it to you. So a lot of people say, well, wow, what is that supposed to mean? I thought Chuck said, who gives about a goddamn Grammy? It's like, okay. But anyway, I want to thank everyone that's participated in helping Professor Griff. This is a Lifetime Achievement Award Grammy that I received today. Thank y'all very much. And the story is not over, man. Everyone that come on every night, when I mention your name, shout you out, converse with you, part of this Professor Griff story. All right. So I want to thank everyone for this. All of those people, this is a Lifetime Achievement Award. So this is a lifetime. This is not, you don't win this. You have to achieve this. This is not something you win. It's not a contest. This is a life's work. This is a Grammy for your life's work. And this thing is heavy as hell. So thank you very much. Really appreciate y'all, man. Of course, Jazz, Jade, Lanisha, my children, of course, my big oldest one, Kia Shah, had to endure all of them early songs that I was trying to, anyway, we'll talk about that later. I got a show to do, but thank you all very much. Really appreciate, of course, Vance Vex, of course, Chuck, Flay, Mike, Drew, Pop, James, everybody that participated, and all of the surrounding people. Of course, part of my life's work is with Dr. Khalid El Hakim at the Black History 101 Mobile Museum. So it's just too many people to mention, but thank you all very much. National Academy of Recording Artists and Sciences, Lifetime Achievement Award 2020, Public Enemy. Thank y'all very much. Really appreciate it. I'm going to put this, I'm in the process of moving. All right, so I'm going to have to put this in a safe place until I can clear away, of course, Sage, some place in the other spot where my family we moving to. And yeah, all right, thank you. This, along with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, yeah, the Black Power Award, it's just some milestones, man. Thank y'all very much. Really appreciate the support. Sonny, thank you. I know Sonny said years of blood, sweat, and no fear. Thank y'all very much. Let's get to this show. I don't want to get like emotional and whatnot, but this really means a lot because the people, it's a lifetime achievement for the whole lifetime. All right. Really appreciate that. Let me put this up. All right. Thank you all very much. So I wanted to get around to, hold on, let me see. I wanted to get around to talking about a few things. First, now I'm kind of choked up with words. I'm trying to figure out where was we at? All right. They laid to rest George Floyd. And if nothing else, and it's everything else, it's very symbolic. Some people said he's not a martyr. Some people said he's not this, that, and the other because the life that he lived. Most of us have lived that same life, having to wrestle and deal with racism, white supremacy. All right, so It's very symbolic though, because a man like that set all of these things in motion. I don't want to go over what everyone said at the funeral. I think that's very personal. I'm going to leave that alone and let the family grieve. All right. And we shouldn't be commenting and making jokes and fun and about who said what. Everyone responds different to death. Stutter man. Shout out to Stutter Man. Shout out to Stutter Man. Everybody in the 7th octave. Of course, Kyrie Wynn. Khalil Shabazz. Mr. Powerborn. 5'9" himself. So we handle death different. So yeah. So I'm gonna leave that and let the family mourn and let the family have some kind of closure. And I think that's the sensible thing to do. And that's what we should do. That's the best thing I think that we should do. But I did want to talk about a few other things. All right. This whole idea of the condemnation of blackness, this whole idea of responding now to how should we go about moving forward. And let me say this, we should take the time to use this moment in history and where we are right now. We see a lot of things changing on the political landscape as far as laws and other things. If you are silent right now, all right, whatever it is that's going to befall you is going to befall you. We have the opportunity right now to inject our energy and our spirit in order to help change the things for our children coming behind us. If some of the things that you may want may not happen in an instant right now, but we have to move towards these particular things. All right. We need your energy right now to make these things happen. George Floyd was laid to rest, but there were so many others that should have got the attention that was paid to not only George Floyd, but some of the other high profile cases. Some of them names we don't even mention. I'm digging up those names right now, and I'm going to put them in a poetry piece that I'm doing, a visual poetry piece that I'm doing, other than the song Bleed I did with Leah Marie on my album, The Energy Code. So we need to keep their names in the ears, in the heads, in the hearts and minds of the people. So I do want to talk about Nancy Pelosi and all of the other Democrats that took a knee wearing Kente cloth. And what's that symbolic of? During a congressional hearing. And she did call out the names of those individuals, which I thought was very monumental. And of course, we have to talk about how does the voting look? How does vote 2020 look right now? All right. How does the vote 2020 look right now? And what are some of people's response to what's going on as far as coming up with a plan? All we're going to do is blow up protests, blow off some steam, and nothing's going to happen. Well, if you're sitting back and you're one of the ones that say that, then you're part of the problem and not the solution. Be part of the solution. Let us hear your voice. Be part of the solution. All right. So I said I was going to play. Oh, okay. My sister said, congratulations. Supernova Slum said, congratulations. Black Dot. All right, let me get to this. So Shane Shakur sent me, let me see if I can pull it up. He sent me this thing. I want to get the brother's name right, man. Hold on. Hold on. Bear with me, family. Oh, this is ugly. Hold on for a second. Don't tell me I lost it. Hold on.
Greetings, Serious Minds family. If you would like to support independent media, please do so by hitting the Cash App at $ Professor Griff. That's $ PROFESSOR GRIFF. If you're listening right here on YouTube, just hit the super chat. And of course, you can go to PayPal. That's www.paypal.me/Professor Griff Corp. And of course, you can go to my website, www.professorgriff.me. Hit the donate button at the top of the screen on the right. Thank you very much for listening and supporting independent media right here on Serious Minds RNTV. Thank you very much. Peace.
All right, we're black. All right, so I found it. This is from Byron F. Wilson's Directions on How to Have an Effective hashtag Civil Rights Movement 2020. How we fight. Hashtag how we fight. All right, let me play this and let's see what we can pull from this as we move forward and discuss and talk about the vote 2020, kneeling, wearing the Kente cloth, and all these kind of things that's going on. All right, so let me see if it's up, synced up. Hold on.
I'm F. Wilson, founder of the Wilson Academy. The riots that have taken place all over the country and now all over the world are inevitable. And contrary to the opinions of some, the riots are both effective and necessary. The problem is, it's not a sustainable path to what we want. But then what next? What are we supposed to do? That's what this message is about, what we're going to do. Young people, my college students, my high school students, you're ready to act. You're ready to fight. But no one's listening to you. They just keep telling you to go home. But I hear you, and we have a plan. In order to find a solution, we must first understand why this is happening. The reason that officers of the law and private citizens acting as if they're officers of the law continue to murder us is because we can offer no consequence. For example, the reason you don't see Jewish people being murdered by police is because the Jewish community can provide economic consequences. They own things collectively. They're well invested in the media and the law, and they've built a strong community by focusing on exclusive internal growth and wealth building. But when members of the Black community are murdered by white officers or vigilantes, we peacefully protest, focus on whatever election is upcoming, and ultimately, protesting was just a beginning. It was to unify the people and bring attention to the issue. But the next step was always economic action, boycotting, investing in our communities. Then that economic action is what forced legislation. The reason our efforts continue to fail is because we first of all about how the civil rights movement was consequences. They own things collectively. They're well invested in the media and the law. And they've built a strong community by focusing on exclusive internal growth and wealth building. But when members of the Black community are murdered by white officers or vigilantes, we peacefully protest, focus on whatever election is upcoming, and ultimately, there are no convictions for the criminals. There's something that we missed about how the civil rights movement was effective. Protesting was just a beginning. It was to unify the people and bring attention to the issue. But the next step was always economic action, boycotting, investing in our communities. Then that economic action is what forced legislation. The reason our efforts continue to fail is because we first of all keep asking for change instead of forcing it. But secondly, because we keep skipping a critical step in the process. So what do we want? Well, in the short term, we demand justice. In the long term, we demand reform. But we must be specific if we are to hold our nation accountable. So we demand three things. One, we demand convictions and equitable and appropriate prison time for all officers involved in the murders of Breonna Taylor and George Floyd and all parties involved in the lynching of Ahmaud Arbery. Two, we demand legislation that ensures independent review of public safety officers. And three, we demand a modification to the standards by which officers can be prosecuted. I'm sure you've heard people say, if you want change, get to the polls. Now, I'm not suggesting voting is useless, but the reality is voting will not solve our problems. In fact, we cannot allow ourselves to become distracted by political affiliations. The only way to get the change we seek is to show strength both economically and physically. So first, let's address physical strength. It is both irrational and un-American for us to continue to be met with force and not respond in kind. This is why we need all able Black Americans to exercise their constitutional rights and legally acquire a firearm. Perhaps Ahmaud Arbery would be alive right now had he been able to defend himself against the thugs who lynched him. And under Georgia's stand your ground laws, well, he would have been within his legal rights. To all my gangbangers, my Bloods, my Crips, GDs, folk, everybody, I'm asking you to help us protect our communities from the white supremacist groups who would harm us. You are already armed and you're not afraid to die. I hope that you see fit to call a truce and unite against a greater common enemy in order to protect our children, our mothers, our sisters, aunties, and grandmothers. Now we must address how we fight economically. America doesn't particularly care about Black life. If it did, we wouldn't still be facing what we're facing right now. What America does care about is Black dollars. So we have to start speaking America's language. Effective immediately, we will only buy food from Black-owned restaurants. This does not apply to grocery stores, as we don't feel there are enough Black-owned grocery stores nationwide at this point to accommodate the initiative. However, there are many grocery items you can find on sites like WeBuyBlack.com. Now, our Black-owned restaurant initiative means that you will need to avoid many of your favorite restaurants, but you will discover new Black-owned favorites. And you must ask yourself, what's more important? Understand that this is only phase one of a larger plan. We will implement phase two in the weeks to come. But this is something that everyone can do. So what's the point? And why will this work? According to both Nielsen and the CDC, Black people eat more fast food than anyone. By diverting our billions of dollars, we will accomplish two things. One, change is not free. Supporting only Black restaurants keeps our money in our communities, money we can ultimately leverage to create the changes we all want to see. And two, it uses our money we're already spending anyway, to create powerful billionaire allies. These companies will do what is necessary to get our dollars back. And if that means helping us to meet our objectives, well, then that's what they'll do. There are a few important notes to make when concerning this plan. This is not a boycott. We are not punishing white businesses. We are simply consumers who are making a choice to exclusively support Black restaurants in the strategic interest of justice and reform. Please note that we are exclusively supporting Black-owned restaurants, not minority-owned. The terms Black and minority are not interchangeable. So, to my Chinese, Korean, Arabic, and Indian restaurant owners, we have nothing against you personally. But if we don't do this now, there will be none of us left to buy your products anyway. If a franchise location is owned by a Black person, eat at that location exclusively. We will not harm our own people. There are websites like eatblackowned.com that you can use to find Black-owned restaurants in your area. But I'm confident that once everyone learns of our initiative, they'll let you know how to find them. We will not support non-equitable services. We will support Black restaurants that offer the quality and service we deserve. And if we have a negative experience, we will not generalize and say, see, this is why I don't support Black businesses. We will simply express our concerns to the management, and if we so choose, we just won't go back to that particular restaurant, just as we would behave with a restaurant that isn't Black-owned. This is not a one-day event. Did you know that the famous Montgomery bus boycott lasted over a year? 381 days to be exact. It takes time and consistency to have impact, just as it took time and consistency to implement the racist constructs we are fighting. We will continue with our strategy until our demands are met. At times, this will not be easy. You will be tempted to stray. But please accept that there can be no change without sacrifice. A brief message to white Americans. We don't hate you. We don't hate America. We just need it to work for us in the same way it works for you. Please stop saying all lives matter. Saying all lives matter is like one house in a subdivision is on fire. The fire truck arrives and you ask the firemen to douse your house with water, even though it's not on fire, because your house is important too. We've been asking for equality for hundreds of years now. Please process that. Understand, we're done asking. This word you see on my shirt is ukurua. It's Zulu. It means fight. Black people, I need us to know that we are bigger than slavery. Our existence didn't begin when we became useful to America. We have our own continent, our own African culture, our own independent history. We are better than begging to not be murdered. The time has come for us to fight, and now we know how. Now, this plan cannot work if people don't know about it. So if you do nothing else, it's important that you share this post or the link to this post on all your social media. And whenever you mention the plan, please use the hashtag #HowWeFight. You can find a hard copy of the plan at thewilsonacademy.org. Remember, hashtag #HowWeFight. Share the post. That we missed.
Brian F. Wilson. This is how we'll make necessary changes in our new future. Listen to the supporter. Hashtag #HowWeFight. How we fight. Brian F. Wilson's directions on how to have an effective civil rights movement. All right. How we fight. All right. Civil Rights Act was introduced in 1964. However, it did not pass until 1968 as a result of 6 days of rioting. Okay. All right. So, what do you guys think? I played that simply because that's his plan. We can adopt his plan and put some things into play. There's other people with other plans. The thing is, and the reason why I'm playing that and bringing this up is you have to have a plan and start setting some things in motion. Me, I got 5 plans. I can adopt this and make it part of my plan. I can adopt the militia, brother, with the black militia and make it part of my plan. I can adopt, some of the other things from other people and make it part of my plan. But I have to do something. You have to do something. All right? Jeff Frazier, if you don't follow cowards, then, okay, find those people that are strong and that meet your standard and follow them or join them. No one's asking you to follow anyone. He's asking you to put the plan into place in your own life. All right, so what do you think about what Brian F. Wilson laid out? Come on, talk to me. Brian F. Wilson laid it out. What do y'all think? Brian F. Wilson is his name. So like I said, there's different plans that are out there. All right. She X said, eating at black restaurants and birthing black babies. Okay. All right, Muhammad, you're right. We tried everything else. Hell, why not try this? With our power comes responsibility. Indeed. Adept. First step to economic warfare. All right. Alex Little says he mentioned the importance of black economics. All right, his plan will definitely come to fruition because groups are being created by us to support our own. Okay, give thanks. If people still buy from Amazon, there's nothing wrong with that. They just got to learn how to make the transition over. It's not going to happen overnight. All right. Shout out to Johnny Taylor. Thank you for the donation. It's a genuine start, but we must first learn that we as a people then stop being so damn docile and learn to fight back. Then implement his plan. I say we do it at the same time, Quan. All right. I say we do it at the same time. All right. So now Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats. All right. What do y'all think about this whole idea of them kneeling, wearing kente cloth? All right. First, let's explain to people what is kente cloth and why it's so disrespectful. If you think it's disrespectful, or do you think it's a solidarity move, or do you think it's a move to get more votes? What do you think? The Democrats got together, called the names of all of those that's been murdered at the hands of white police officers. They kneeled for 8 minutes and 40-something seconds wearing kente cloth neck scarves. What do you think? Nancy Pelosi is not for us. She's with Planned Parenthood. Straight embarrassment. What else? A move to get more votes. That's what I thought. Trayvon said disrespect at its highest. Someone said politricks. Wow. Bryce Clemens said politricks. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about kneeling for the 8 minutes and 40-something seconds that Derek Chauvin, the white police or ex-police officer, kneeled on George Floyd's neck? All right. Cha-ching 90. I'm not sure about that. It might change something. It might not change the overall thing, but I think it's chipping away at it. Pathetic, and there's a greater agenda behind it. Melana Prather. I think you're right about that. Pathetic, and there's a greater agenda behind it. The Dems were so pro-slavery a minute ago. God damn. Before 1877, the Repubs didn't know if they wanted to slavery or not. That the reason I say we need a third party. Okay, someone's asking for a third party. Okay. Laylo BX says the guy that killed George Floyd needs to get the death penalty. Absolutely. Rory, I see it is propaganda from the Democrats. All right. So you think it was disingenuous, like kneeling with the kente cloth, trying to, get people's attention and then reading off the names? Come on. So they're lulling people to the polls. Okay. Political opportunism. They're very good at marketing and pandering to black voters. Brother Derek M. All right. Okay. Think it's a mockery. So none of y'all was really for it. The wearing the kente cloth thing. I heard some people just like, oh, I think that's a good thing. They're showing solidarity. They're at least they're recognizing it. And is it a Democrat Republican thing? Is it a black and white thing? Is it a cop versus everybody else thing? Like, what is it? 9 Ether 21 says it's a bunch of BS. Okay. Someone said time will tell if they're genuine. Do we have that kind of time, though? Do we have that kind of time is the thing. Is the question that I'm asking. Do we have that kind of time? Hold on. Let me see. Okay. All right. What else is it that we have to do? Because their election is coming up. Now, in Georgia, it was a disgrace because they made the people stand out in line for 5 hours. And I'm sure if you're in Georgia, especially Atlanta, y'all know it rained today. All right. So they stood out for 5 hours to vote. And the method that they used to vote still is not solid. Moni Love Robbins. Peace, Queen. How are you? We must band together on a financial level. All right. So what I'm hearing now, I'm hearing some people still with the vote. Some people say we got to band together on a financial level. Some people we say we need to take up arms. Some people say we need to train. I say we need to do all of that. I didn't care when Obama was in office. So didn't Obama sign off on not defunding the police, but funding the police? Melly Peace Mel says we have to create our own task force. Simple. SheX said, who y'all voting for? I know you're not asking that on here, SheX. Obama had the ability to implement unarmed black men from dying. What happened? What was the document that Obama signed off on giving more power and more money to the police? I'm going to look it up. Maybe y'all can help me look it up. Griff, do you vote at all? Hell nah. Vote for who? The devil, Satan, Shaitan, all of them are damn evil. I don't trust them. I don't like their system. Their system never worked for us. Obama signs blue alert, law to protect police. Blue alert. Can someone look up blue alert? Adept. There's so much wrong with that statement. All right. There's just, I'm not even going to read it or put it up on the screen. There's so much wrong with that. Obama signs blue alert law to protect police. President Obama signs the Rafael Ramos and Juan Yang Liu National Blue Alert Act of 2015 in the Oval Office of the White House Tuesday. Not this Tuesday, but this is 2015. The act named after 2 police officers who were killed in New York will assist the National Blue Alert System to apprehend violent criminals who have injured or killed police officers who have made an imminent or credible threat to cause serious injury, death of a law enforcement officer. Operation, pardon me, not operation, but the law is called Blue Alert Law. Blue Alert. Do y'all understand that the vote is a scam and it's rigged? I mean, can we get like a general consensus? Can I get like keep my finger on the pulse of the Serious Minds family that's on here? Are y'all help me out, y'all? Please help me out because I'm suffering over here. I'm trying to figure out, keep my finger on the pulse of what's going on my own show. All right, so you do know it's rigged. Can somebody put on the screen who wrote the book Vote Scam? I read it some time ago. I don't remember the author. What's up, Professor Griff? I'm about protecting me and my family and friends. That's on code. Shut them down. Peace. Power. Shashawn Page. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Margot Swan. Thank you for the donation, Margot Swan. Really appreciate you. Thank you, Margot Swan. Okay, Cha-ching, 90. The Electoral College. All right. Exactly. Some people, I mean, you don't, just because you're on here and I'm reading comments, you don't, if you don't agree with me, don't agree with me. I think the vote is a scam. James Collier. Thank you very much. Laker dot 16 rings. James Collier is his name. The vote scam. It's a scam, and they've proven that. Kenneth Collier or James Collier? Oh, both of them. All right, cool. Rowan Tucker. Yeah, we could just focus on us if they would allow us. But too many of us are tied into them and tied into their way. Like, for example, the 4th of July is coming up. How many people right here on this platform going to be out popping firecrackers? Come on, come on, come on. Tell me. Voting is exercising a right. Yeah, just because you're exercising a right, you exercising a right, but it don't mean a damn thing. You just did some exercise that day. That's it. You just went through the motions. Lady Lioness, this vote is rigged. It's a scam. Trump did not win the popular election. Hillary Clinton did. It was the Electoral College that voted him in to be the president. Kaba Soul Singer. Now you know you need to stop. You know you ain't voting for Colonel Joe Biden. You know you need to stop that. Let's put up Joe Biden's history on how he dealt with black people. Didn't Joe Biden write the crime bill? So Kaba Soul Singer, sing a song about that. You're killing me, bro. You're right, Lady Lioness. Yes, it's simple. High school government economics. That's all it is. If we paid attention in class, it's simple. But some of y'all want to get this feel-good kind of thing. So yesterday, y'all went to the polls and you voted thinking it's going to change something. No, I'm sorry. I'm being kind of subdued today because I got a few text messages from some older people and said that I kind of went off the other day talking about Becky Asafat when Pam was on here. I was like, look. So yeah, yeah. But sometimes we get Passionate, not emotional, but passionate. Okay. All right. So next topic, reforming or defunding the police. What do you think about the whole idea of defunding the police? Defunding the police. Natural_Onyx. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you. You said it better than I can say it. Kaba Soul Singh says Biden also promoted the Policeman's Bill of Rights, which gave cops extra legal rights. Wow. So this is the one that y'all gonna vote for. All right. Joe Biden was the architect of the crime bill, responsible for millions of black people being in jail. All right. So you keep this, you keep the orange Cheeto in office, or you put this criminal in office. What you gonna do with your vote? You gonna hold your vote? What you gonna do? Travis X-Men, I really appreciate your comment. Voting only counts for local elections, city council persons, mayor. All right, but is it corrupt on that level, Travis X-Man? Is it corrupt on that level? Charles Williams said we could police ourselves. Can we actually police ourselves? Dion Carnes says hold on to your vote. Who said my vote is on hold? Absolutely, and burn the stations to the ground. We can police ourselves. We've done it before. Hell, the pigs. Wow. Melina Prather, you on fire, sis. Rory said it's corrupt on all levels. What is wrong with community policing? What's wrong if there's an issue at Rory's house and he called the police, that someone go along with the police to see whether or not to keep the police in check? Someone said ballot or the bully, or ballot or the bullet. I think I was having a discussion earlier, and it's like, well, why can't we police ourselves? If you have a mental ill patient that needs help and someone calls the police, and obviously the man was mentally ill, like a case that happened in Georgia, the brother took some pills and some whatever stuff he was on, some drugs. He was at his mind. He took off all his clothes. He was walking down the street screaming and yelling. White cop came and shot him and got off. So someone needed to have assisted that cop. A mental health expert or someone that works in that field should have came with the cop to talk to the gentleman. The cop did not have to shoot him. You could have tased him, pepper sprayed him, restrained him, whatever. There's non-lethal weapons that police can use. Non-lethal. All right? Latay J. Bay says we need to police the policy holders. So if they defund the police, where's that money going to go? We'll figure that out. But we need to defund the police, and we're going to take that money, invest it back into the community so the community can police itself. There's ex-military out there that could become the community police. There are people that the community respect. If I live in this community and I'm ex-military and I am level-headed, I should be able to help police this community. What's wrong with that? All right, and if there's an issue, around the corner, down the street, then we call the necessary people to come in to assist us. We don't need white officers coming and shooting and killing us. Rory said police need to go through a racist board before serving. Right. Bryce Clemens said, I've been community policing since I read Nearly Fuller Jr.'s book, The Code. All right, you on code. There's a case where cops tased a black man to death in 2019. Javier Ambler. Our task force will police our communities globally. All right. No, definitely not the police and not our militia. No. Well, I went through the police academy, and Bryce, who asked that question? Bryce Clemens asked the question, how often police are given psychological examinations? I went through the police training here in Georgia, PSTI. I think it was Public Safety Training Institute. And on the way to joining the police force, because I wanted to go into Child Protective Service, because I was military police in the military and a correctional specialist. And how often are police given a psychological evaluation or examination? Well, during that period, I was examined and had several tests, and I actually failed because of the questions that they were asking. And I just wasn't with their programming. I refuse to be programmed. I just don't have that mindset. I'm not going to go along just to get along with you. If it ain't right, it ain't right, period. I guess that's why I didn't join the police department. No, not going to happen. I had the idea of getting in and changing the system from within. Yeah, no. Alexander Estefan. I love you too, good bro. One of the few that really trust to speak truth or give thanks. The whole idea of police patrols. How did the police, Rodney Hood, give thanks for the donations, man? Really appreciate you, good bro. How did the police begin anyway for the few minutes that we have left on here? The history of policing. Has it been positive to the black community or negative? Has it been positive or negative? Policing, the whole idea of policing black people. How did police form anyway? It's been negative? Okay. How has it been negative? How has it been negative? Pardon me. So you said the police originated as slave patrols? The enemy's public said they were slave patrols. They was 505 Booker said they were slave catchers. So they were slave. Okay, so it started out as a negative. All right. Why are we so shocked then when they carry out the same thing that they've always carried out? Did we think over time that they were going to get better? Nikki E said they were KKK members. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't it start out after slavery? No, not after slavery. During slavery. Someone said, Hope I Love 81 fell for the what? Fell for the protect and serve lie. No, you're right. Yes, they were a gang of slave. They were. Joe Kerry says they were a gang of slave catchers from Mayor Tweed in New York's NYC. Tammany Hall burned and the census was burned. Okay. They're going to replace it with military officers. Well, we at a very pivotal point right now in the history of black people and our relationship with police officers. We can change that particular dynamic right now if we raise our voices loud, long enough. All right. Now is the time to do it. We got to support those that are in position that's speaking for us. All right. All right. If you look at their insignia, they have a slave catcher on the side holding what looks like a whip. What insignia is this? On what? On whose uniform? BAM said they're going to start a one world global police. Okay. Officer from overseer, KRS-One. All right. Nothing with the police was for our safety. Their badges are nothing but redesigned slave catcher badges. Okay. All right. So once again, as I sign out, on the few minutes that we have left, I received my Grammy today for the Lifetime Achievement Award. National Academy of Recording Artists and Sciences Lifetime Achievement Award 2020. All right. So I want to thank the Academy. I want to thank everyone that supported Professor Griff. This is not something you win, like I said earlier. This is something that you achieve. I want to thank everyone that added one iota to my life. All right. To support Serious Minds, Enemy Minds, whatever it is that I did, bought a book, whatever it is. All right. So thank you very much. I want to thank the Academy. I want to thank my family. Of course, thank my beautiful wife, Soleil. And thank everyone part of the Serious Minds family. All right. I'm probably going to do an online kind of thing, celebration kind of thing. But thank you all very much. Really appreciate it. All right. Thank you to the Academy. Thank you to all of those people that support. Thank my little sister, Nikki. Nikki bought me an entire studio. We went to the music store. She said, just pick out what you want. All right. Thanks, Lily Griffin, Nikki Griffin. Really appreciate you. All right. Thanks to my family when I was making all the noise in the basement DJing. All right. Thanks to everyone that bought my last album a couple of weeks ago, The Energy Code. All right. Too many people to thank. I'm going to take a whole show and thank everybody in every situation. This is a Lifetime Achievement Award. I'll be 60 on August 1st. All right. It's a beautiful way to turn 60 with this and the Grammy. I'm not the Grammy, but the Lifetime Achievement Awards from the Grammy and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2013. Thank you very much. I really appreciate y'all. I love y'all to life. Thank you for all the support. To be honest with you, I'm kind of shocked going back over my life. Like, okay, I've accomplished these things as radical as I am. But anyway, thank y'all very much for supporting me. Really appreciate that, man. But like I said, I'm going to do a whole show. Thank you very much. I might check 1212 the first Wednesday in July. The Alternative Black Studies course starting. I had to move the date back. It's starting in July. Also, the Rites of Passage program from boys to men starting in July also. So July is going to be big. Once again, I love y'all to life, man. Thank y'all very much. Really appreciate y'all. All right. This is Professor Griff for Serious Minds. Serious Minds. Peace, y'all. All right, Quan, Alex, rest of the Serious Minds family need to know. Charles Williams. All right. Double B. Great filibuster. I ain't forgot about you. All right. Bryce Clemens. Sammy. Johnny Taylor. All right. Thanks to everyone. Really appreciate y'all. I will see y'all. Yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow night. We'll make some things happen. I love y'all to life. Peace. Peace. Hold up. Let me not yet. Let me not end that way. Let me end it this way. Hold on. This way.
You are now listening to Serious Minds RNTV with your host, Professor Griff. The call-in number is 516-654-7688. That's 516-654-7688. This is Professor Griff, and this is Serious Minds RNTV. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Seriously. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, so we can notify you when the next time we vibe on Serious Minds. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Seriously. You are now listening to Serious Minds RNTV with your host, Professor Griff. The call-in number is 516-654-7688. That's 516-654-7688. This is Professor Griff, and this is Serious Minds RNTV. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Seriously. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, so we can notify you when the next time we vibe on Serious Minds. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Seriously. You are now listening to Serious Minds RNTV with your host, Professor Griff. The call-in number is 516-654-7688. That's 516-654-7688. This is Professor Griff, and this is Serious Minds RNTV. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Seriously. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, so we can notify you when the next time we vibe on Serious Minds. Serious Minds for serious minds. Seriously. You are now listening to Serious Minds RNTV with your host, Professor Griff. The call-in number is 516-654-7688. That's 516-654-7688. This is Professor Griff, and this is Serious Minds RNTV. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Seriously.